You for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shoe. I'm Nina.
And I'm Sade. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna say, hopefully some of y'all come on in to the room.
Right?
Look, my hair, I've been sitting here for about 5 minutes and it just shriveled up just that fast. The humidity is hot outside
Right.
right now.
That's
And
that's
I'm
that's
like,
that natural girl. That's what
man,
happens.
and you know what? People think it's easier to be natural.
Hmm.
No, it's easier
No.
to be relaxed.
Right.
Because I'm like, when I was relaxed, I didn't have to worry about this fuzziness going on. It might
Mhm.
get sweaty and wet, but sweaty, wet, flat and straight. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Where I could just wrap it. You know what I'm saying? And keep on going. This I can't even wrap it.
Are you
It's
thinking of
girl,
going back to the crack?
nope. Mm-mm. Nah. I
Why
think
not?
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay. I
Back to
just
the
cut like 3 inches off my hair the other day, so
Oh,
we'll
okay.
stay. I'm gonna stay because I like it because it feels fuller.
Right.
When it's relaxed, it don't feel as full until
It's a lot of
like
maintenance though.
both of them is a lot of maintenance. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Both are a lot of maintenance, and people don't understand. I'd rather have my hair natural. And then
Mm.
they get mad when they flat iron their hair, and 3 days later it's fuzzed up. 2 days, sometime the next day, the
Right.
humidity just take over. Hey guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you for tuning in. And today's topic is it easier to date a man with children?
Okay.
Why or why not?
All right. So, um, I would start off by saying, I don't remember dating a man that was a single father. I do remember dating a man that had his kids all the time. I wouldn't consider him single father because it wasn't
Hmm.
full time, right?
Right.
But he was a guy that he was
Hey
very
guys.
active in his children's life, right?
Right. Hmm.
He stuck out because he said he didn't listen to rap music when they was in the car.
Hmm.
When they were over for the weekend, they didn't understand or know what kind of music that he liked.
Mm.
He would let them play the music that they wanted.
Oh,
And one
nice.
time his daughter was playing some music that had cussing in it.
Hmm.
So he asked her, did she understand or know what the song meant? And she was
Hmm.
like, no. And he was like, well, why do you like the song? She was like, because it's popular.
Hmm.
I think she was in elementary. I don't know what
Okay.
grade, but she just was expressing that it was popular. It's at school, the
Right.
kids at school listen to it, this or that. So he was asking her questions like, does your mom know that you listen? And and
Right.
she goes, oh yeah, my mom plays it in the car when we're on our way to school or we get home from school.
Hmm. Hmm.
So he just was expressing, but he didn't talk about his baby mom. I like that.
Okay.
They did not get along, and they
Mm.
did have a bad history of conflict. They had to transfer the kids in between family members,
Oh, wow.
and it could never be like go from he
Mom
had
to
two
dad
kids. It would
directly.
go from his hands to the mom's hands. It
It had to
always
be
had to be
indirect.
grandma,
Okay. Okay.
sister, brother,
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
So um I was really impressed. The
Yeah.
thing about it, why it didn't work this was when I was younger, but the
Yeah.
reason why it didn't work in a relationship with me and him,
Hmm.
because he was kind of feeling like um guilty.
Hmm.
He said he couldn't keep up with he was kind of a traditional man to where
Right.
he
Okay.
had to take care of his kids. That's number one.
Hmm.
And but if he was gonna be with me, he would have to take on at the time I just had one kid. So he would have to take on my daughter, right?
Right.
And so he wouldn't be I guess since his relationship was kind of a new breakup, I think they had been broke up at that time about 2 years. He
Hmm.
felt that that was fresh. And so he didn't think that he would have been an appropriate time giver to my daughter. So that's why I said I was really impressed with him.
Hmm.
He after that, after we broke it off, he would
Uh-huh.
constantly call.
Oh, wow.
He like begged me to come around him when he didn't have his kids and when he had his kids, and I just explained to him that you're confusing them. They're seeing
Yeah.
you with this lady all the time, and then they like me,
Right.
but then you tell them, I like her, I want her, but she don't like me. He's saying stuff like that to the kids.
Mm.
Oh, why you
Do you
don't like
think do
that?
you think he didn't want to commit, or you didn't want to commit? You didn't want to commit, right?
Sade. It probably was honestly, it probably was a little bit of both,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's because you've known me my whole life, and and I can honestly say it probably was me.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
probably was like making up excuses to not because he was a guy that he wanted a wife.
Right.
I was
Hmm.
scared of that, especially
Hmm.
younger, right? I'm
Hmm.
still scared of it, and I'm old.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm just saying I was I'm more given to it though now than I
Hmm.
would have been then, right? I
Hmm.
can submit and do all that now. I just haven't found nobody to do that with yet.
Okay.
But at that time I really didn't believe in marriage. Um he was like I said, he was a great father. I'm not gonna veer into nothing else, but he was a good father,
Right.
and
Oh.
he was the soccer dad. Get the he had like a truck, some kind of not a minivan, but some kind of truck, and
Hmm.
he'd be the father that would volunteer the kids that couldn't get a ride to the practice and stuff like that. He'd be when he get off of work, he'd go get that kid, get his kid, his son, and then whoever else they need a ride, drop off. He was that type of person.
So you think it was easier to date him? It would have been easy to, you know, be with him,
It was easier to date him because um I didn't have to
deal
really
with the
commit or deal with her.
right.
But the type of stuff that I knew that she was putting him through, if me and him would have been married or me and him would have took it further,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it would have been conflict with me and
Probably
her
her. Mm-hmm.
because of the type of things that she would say to
Oh.
kids and to like she was kind of bitter that they broke up. Okay. And so she would say stuff like he had a good job, he had money, he beat
Hmm.
his feet still a little bit too.
Okay.
He had some money, right?
Right.
And he was responsible, had a bank account, all of that stuff.
Mm.
Fire everything, nice looking man, all that. And
Okay.
so she cheated on him. And in the cheat, and when he left, she did the guilt thing on him. Oh, you're gonna leave your kids, and you gonna not help me pay my bills no more. He was like, no, I don't live in here. I'm not helping you pay no bills. I gotta pay my bills. I'm gonna take care of my kids.
Right.
Oh, well, I gotta pay for. He was telling her not to get on the county, right? Not to do no assistance. I like that too. She
Hmm.
wasn't listening. Of course, she went and got help, and he was saying that made the situation worse because it was gonna put him on child support. He wasn't a dad that needed to be on child support because the kids was him like 60% of the time, 60 teeter tottering in the 70,
Right.
right? And she would have him a small percentage. During the week, they would be at her house on the weekend, every weekend.
He had
So
them.
anyone that he dealt with at that time, the kids was like 12 and 8.
Okay.
And so anybody that dealt with him had to deal with the kids. And he dealt with them, I should say. Let me change that around.
Hmm.
Anybody he dealt with had to
Right.
deal with his kids. Anywhere that he went, his kids could go. And he
Hmm.
wouldn't put his kids in an environment or like go around his homeboys if it was gonna be bad for them. If so, the brother that was the 12-year-old could take care of the sister that they could stay at home at his
Hmm.
house, right?
Hmm.
So I think that as of recent from what the study now, what was the study that you seen?
With single white fathers, and
Mhm.
these I think they have full custody of their children. This
Okay.
group of men,
Hmm.
and for the single white father, 55% he has custody. 55% of men have custody of their children.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
okay.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we've seen that for single black fathers,
Hmm.
13% has their children. So
Now,
that's
now,
kind of
just
risen a little bit. It was lower than that. So,
I was
you
just gonna say to you, like, honestly, I thought that it would be lower,
know,
and
mm-hmm,
not to shoot any digs or any disrespect. I thought that it would be lower because in usually
mm-hmm,
black men, they're more of a financial for their
financial.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, they're
Yep, to support.
financial for their kids versus spending time, right?
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
here lately, with this internet and the things that the black men don't like that they see in the children, they will. I have seen more in the streets of them partaking with their kids, a
Oh,
way
yes.
more than I did growing up.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. More. Hispanic men, that's a large number, 23%
Yeah.
are full custody of their children. And I
Okay.
don't know what could be the problem with the mothers, which a lot of times we always put that stigma that the mom always nurture and take care of the kids, you know what I'm saying? But it's always good for a child to be with their dad, you know what I'm saying? And learn the male side of parenting, being with their father and stuff like that. And hopefully the mothers are in their life, but hey, that's how it goes. He said, Ricky said, how many women willing to give the kids to the father in the black homes? Not really, not too many, unless they're not. Black women are not willing to give their children up. You know what I'm saying? We're strong. We try to go through anything, even if we're in trouble, we're gonna try to go through leaps and bounds to keep our kids. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah, we tend not to we are the mama bears. We don't want to
Right.
give up our kids.
I I want to say too to that. You're right about the mama bear, and that I think from what we seen, that's what we saw, that the mom is the one that always stepped in, right? The
Mm-hmm.
mom that was always the ruler and
Mm-hmm.
set the rules of everything, right? Um, but the mothers, me myself, I would love for my kids' dad to take them, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yep. Ricky,
I,
speak on it.
I would love for the dad to take them, but that's never happened.
Right.
And I think that it all it all blends back to who you choose, right? What kind
Mm-hmm.
of man are you choosing?
Right.
Because if that's not what they're used to doing or used to seeing, if they didn't see that growing up,
Yeah, they're
they're
not
they're,
gonna.
they're, they're either or something has to come about of a change for them to do that.
Mm-hmm. I
And
know. When I was locked up,
mm-hmm,
we was at the end of our sentence. My husband got out before me,
mm-hmm,
and at least a year and a half. As soon as he walked out the door out of work release, his mom sent the kids January 4th. They can start school. She said, I'm sending them right to you. You're gonna raise your kids.
that's right.
And he had no choice. I mean, he wanted them, but then he's like, oh man, I gotta do this. He was just, what if I mess up? You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
the confusion going on in his head, but he did really good with them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Although, you know what I'm saying, things were tight.
Mhm.
Finances, he really did well with the kids because he saw his mother take care of them,
Yeah.
me and interact with the kids. And he did a lot of stuff with them within that year, you know what I'm saying? And they were doing good in school. So it
Right.
depends on the male, really.
If that's what they really
If
want to
that's what they
do.
really want to do. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So Jeff said a husband will make mothering a whole lot easier. A strong male presence makes a big impact on raising children. Right.
Amen.
It does.
Jeff. Oh
Yes.
my God.
So right. Mm-hmm.
Man, and he's so right because it's like a child is always looking for a man to teach
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yes.
Little girls, especially. I just got all girls,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Every all three of my girls always are
Look for that
looking
male
at a
presence.
male to teach them something. It's
Yes.
not even their dad. It's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
an
A
uncle,
cousin, an uncle. Yeah.
cousin,
Hmm.
hang with the cousin.
Exactly.
The male makes the difference. And it's so sad that the men don't pay that attention. They think
Yeah.
girls got to have no, girls got
No,
to have their
nothing.
dads, cousins, uncle, all of that
Yes.
stuff because that's what they learn.
Oh, thank you, Ricky. He did do a good job. He did do a good job with the kids.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Um, it's just, how can I say? We need more the men helping with the children. Nowadays, these kids are just running amok. They acting crazy. Social media, I don't know if what social media is doing, but I mean, this new generation is different. It's
The,
quite
the,
different.
the, thi- the thing too with the new generation of fathers,
Hmm.
they're money givers too. A majority of them, they're money givers. At the
Hmm.
same time, they don't think that their presence matters, right?
Right.
They leave it on the. I'm watching them do that. They leave it on the mothers, right?
Hmm.
Then, but one thing that they're not learning, majority of them that are leaving it on the mothers and they go do things wrong and they end up in jail. These girls these days don't sit around waiting on nobody in jail. And
No.
the dudes that are in jail when they get out, they can't mentally handle it. That
Hmm.
when they come home, they want to beat the mom, kill the mom.
Yeah.
Like that's what we've been seeing lately. And
Hmm.
so I think by a lot of the fathers raising the kids versus the mothers,
Hmm.
I think it's a better situation if
Yeah.
they really step up to the plate and do it. For men, though, it gets overwhelming when it's just be so many little things that you got to pay for. They used to think that you were lying.
Right.
Oh, what
Yeah.
do you need money for that for? What do you need? That ain't what that cost. You don't got
What
every
until they have custody of them? See what it is.
until they get custody. I've heard them also say, men that are single fathers, it's hard. And when you ask them, when you get down in it and say it's
What's
hard,
hard
even
about
the
it?
dudes that have like will keep the kids for 90 days.
Oh, or
Oh,
the
it was
summer. For the summer.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh, it was hard. And it's like, well, what was hard? Man, them kids ate like that. That's the first thing I
Yes.
say. Them kids ate too much. They used up all the water. My
All the
bills went
toilet
from
paper.
this to this.
Oh yeah. All they done used up all the toilet paper,
Right.
dish washing liquid. But but you know
Yeah.
what? Those numbers I was looking at and thinking about, I'm like, why those numbers like that? It's because of the drug epidemic and mental capacity of the woman. Because usually women don't give up their kids unless they're going through something like that,
Hmm.
um,
They
mental
feel
health,
guilty. You feel guilty.
drugs, or either death.
Yeah, you feel guilty if you give your kid up. A woman usually does. Our intuition doesn't not. It's more of a less of a embarrassment. If
Hmm.
everybody says, "Oh, well, where's your kids at?" Oh, they're with their dad. If you
Right.
stay with your dad too much, you're getting judged. You're
Yeah.
getting dogged out.
See, these new guys are just doing what they saw their single mother did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Hmm.
true. And
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say that it's a good thing, right? We do wave the flag and we say, "I'm a single mom. I'm a single
Right.
mom," right? That's because what, like he's saying about what the guys are watching. That's because that's what we're accustomed to. That's
Right.
what we're used to. We're saying that's what we're feeling like. That's what we have to do. I
Hmm.
don't. I cared not to do it. I would have been
Right.
more than happy and willing to give my kids to their dad
Hmm.
if I
Hmm.
knew that they were going to be responsible. But
Right.
here's the thing: I had my last two. That I have two kids with one dad and one kid, my oldest kid, with her own dad, right?
Hmm.
So the two younger kids, I remember the dad said he wanted to take his kids.
Hmm.
I said, well, okay. Well, how's the routine gonna go? I need to know the routine because I'm gonna have to step in. I want my kids. I love my kids. I'm gonna be coming to get them so they
Right.
don't forget about me. The
Hmm.
first thing that he says is, "Oh, you worried about the B words, right?" I said, "Why would I be worried about the B words when I left you?
Hmm.
And then we've been done for many, many years. I'm not
Okay.
worried about that.
Right.
What I want to know is how's the routine going to be? Because see, what men don't know is when the kids go from their house to back to the mama's house,
Hmm.
the kids got a whole new attitude.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah.
either it's stank or they're up under you. Either
Hmm.
one. And then your mind as a mother, your mind is racing
Want to
like, well,
know
what done been going on? Who was you around? That's
exactly.
the questions that you ask and why. Who are
Yeah.
you around? Well, what was going on? Well, why
And
you acting like that?
what was being said about you. Exactly. Because kids hear
Exactly.
everything. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
when he said that, what he didn't realize was I had already talked to his girl and I
mhm.
had told her congratulations and thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You
But
took a
because
lot
I
off
needed
my
to know where
hands.
my kids were, right? What they were
Mhm.
doing and why. Here's the
Exactly.
thing. You wanted them for clout. You
Mm.
wanted them to be talk, to talk down on me. Oh, I got her kids, or I got that's what it was. Because had it have been real, I wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. I wouldn't even be
Right.
saying anything about it, right?
Exactly.
That never ended up happening. He wanted to get my kids at that time when they were little bitty, younger kids. He wanted to get them
Mhm.
for her to raise them. Where they do that at?
Right.
I wasn't locked
No.
up. I was sitting right here. I was
Right.
free. Well,
Okay.
why would another woman need to take care of my kids? There was nothing wrong with me.
That's weird.
I just wanted to co-parent,
Exactly.
and we could never come to an agreement
Mm.
with the co-parent.
Oh wow.
But the first thing that the men would say is that, "Oh, you're bitter. Oh,
No.
you're tripping." Well, how am I bitter or tripping? I just want to get an understanding, some straightening
What's
around
going
here.
on?
I'm
Right.
not bitter about. I left. We're done. It's over with. It's been years.
Mhm.
There's no bitterness. There's no reason to be no bitter.
Right. Ricky, what is just the we use the phrase a man should fight for his kids should let you already know the dynamic is screwed. Why should I have to fight with you for my children? Yeah, or my child. Right. It
You
shouldn't.
don't.
It should
You,
never be
you don't.
a problem with a man wanting to be a part of their child's life. And I've noticed a lot of women would say, you can't have them, because they're bitter, most likely. But why not? Let them raise their kid. Let them have time. Let them share what their father is doing and learn their father ways. Because you know what? Our kids act like both of us, all the mother and the father, in different ways. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's like, ah, I don't know. I want my son. He has his daughter. He keeps her
Hmm.
a couple times out the month. He's gonna keep her the whole summer. I love the way he just love on his daughter, and he fought for
Right.
being having to be a legal father. He's like, look, I'm not gonna go by your word. You saying that I can have custody of my child, 50-50 custody, or I can pick my son up when I want to. He said I want it written in stone. So he hired a lawyer, girl. And I'm like, why would you gotta go through all that? You know what I'm saying? He hired a lawyer. He's like, look, these is the days I want. You know what I'm saying? And this got to happen every year until she starts school, and then we'll figure out renegotiate our terms.
Well, at that time, I would say like around 7, 8, 9, right? I wouldn't say 5. I'd say more leaning towards 10 years old. The
Mm-hmm.
child is gonna say where she wants to be, he wants to be,
All right.
and how the happiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
child is gonna make that decision. It's just always
Right.
hard when they're little bitty kids.
It is. It
And
really is.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie, my kids really wanted to live with their dad. And it wasn't
Oh,
that they didn't love me or didn't want to
right.
be with me. They wanted to be with him.
Yeah.
And they thought that I'm being mean because I said no. And
Mm-hmm.
my point of what I explained to them, because I gave it a test run, right?
Right.
It lasted 1 week.
Mm.
The moment that he disappeared and the girlfriend, because at the time she didn't have a kid with him, the girlfriend kept them at her house. She was great. She was great with them. She
Right.
took care of them. I can't take nothing away from her. She
Mm-hmm.
was a good
Mm-hmm.
person to them. When she did, when she kept them, she didn't even say anything.
Oh wow.
She didn't say nothing. She probably was embarrassed because
Yeah.
I'm like, well, every time they call, well, what's going on? Well, where did your dad take you? Where did y'all go? Because she had her kids too.
Right.
And so I'm like, where did y'all go? Well, we ain't went nowhere.
Wow.
Well, we just kept stayed in the house, and we've been in because it was on a vacation in the summertime. We just been
Mm-hmm.
eating, we just been this and that. So I assume
Right.
some personal things going on,
Right.
right? And so the kids didn't know what's up. I didn't pry.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
Going to the next week, it's summertime. Y'all ain't been to
Nowhere.
America. Y'all ain't did no water slides. Y'all haven't did like
We
what's
went
up?
swimming to the park or what? Right. Any other
Something.
time they asking you all this, hey, take me to the park, take me here, take me to my friend house.
And with her having kids and them being there, she was
Mm-hmm.
great at everybody equally ate, good time, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she took us to the movies. I'm listening to them keep it singular, not plural, right?
Right.
She took you to the movies. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
her and one of her friends and they kids, and we all went. And I'm not saying anything to the kids, though. This is mental note. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
questioning them about anything to do with their personal business no more, because
Right.
it's like you don't got nothing to do with me. But I'm just
Mm-hmm.
wondering. And then so one day I just was like, after like 2 weeks went by, I was like, well, I'm gonna come get you guys. No, we don't want to go, because she spoiled them. She was
Oh,
good to them, right?
yeah.
No, we don't want to go. We want to stay. You said we get to stay here for the summer, since they didn't get to live there in the winter. I said, well, it
Mm-hmm.
just, y'all don't miss me. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Right.
want to come home, but I was just giving it a test run, right?
Right.
So long story more shorter, they got to my house. When they got home, they didn't want to go back.
Oh, wow.
They said they didn't want to go back. Now then the lips got to yapping.
Yes. Oh my
I
God.
didn't want to go back. My dad was never there. When he came,
Mm-mm-mm.
he just came and buy his food and then hang out a little bit, and then he's gone.
Oh, wow.
I red flags all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm-mm. Yep.
It's like your point of you having your kids is for you to be with your kids, not for
Exactly.
another woman, especially when mom is here. You're saying you want to keep them full time. What are who's doing? I mean, you're not there, and they're there with your girlfriend. That's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
What you talking about with men, Kiara? Men what?
That I mean, I think that a lot of times when it comes to men as well, they don't evaluate all of that. They just look at it as, hey, them's my kids. I could do what I want when I
Right.
want. When they with me,
Mm-hmm.
that I run the show. So what, they was there, with my girlfriend. What, it's like, then it shouldn't be full time.
Right. But you know what? One guy, because you think, is it easier to date a man with children or a woman with children? One guy said he wouldn't date a woman with children.
Oh,
He said too
that's
much
a shame.
extra
Was he
baggage. He
single?
said he's single. He has
Okay.
no children. He said, I'm looking for a woman with no children too.
Mhm. As he should.
As he should.
As he should.
Yep, that's how it is with most moms. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yep.
don't. I
Mama
want to
Bear.
hear. I want to hear a single father that's raised some kids though, like to the full. Because I always meet them in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm saying, one, we need ones that have raised it and they become adults.
Raised the children till they graduate from high school and out the home by
Yeah.
himself.
Right. To do it like a single mother, like a
Yes.
real single father, because for that man, it's really really rough.
You're right. It is. Mm-hmm. Yes.
The man that didn't want to, I was watching Put a Ring on It, that
Uh-huh.
show.
Yes.
And there was a guy on there that stated that he was single.
Mm-hmm.
He was not a single father, that he was trying to get to know a girl that was in between. She was testing her dude and
Mm-hmm.
telling him it was time to put a ring on it. But you know how they have the dates, a date, you go out on a date with somebody while you still got a man, but you go out on a date to see if you're missing anything or see
Right.
if you have a change of heart. So the dude is having a date with the girl, and they're sitting across from each other. Now she has a 10-year-old son,
Okay.
and the dude didn't have no kids. Man, he got to talk about how he didn't want to date no woman with no kids. It was so funny. You just seen on the show, you just seen her face just like.
Oh no.
And so he was just going in about he don't want no girl with no kids. She can't get up and just jump on a plane. She got to go get a babysitter for right now. And he just was saying,
He
describing his
said
story.
all that.
Yeah. And then when she was like in the confession, oh, she lit into him.
Did
She
she?
got to talking about how what was the point in even coming? Like he ran his mouth too much. She just wanted to take his lips and shut his lips because
Ooh.
she felt disrespected.
Yeah,
She felt
I've
like
been
he
too.
was lightweight jugging, you know?
Right. Uh-huh. The Phoenix said, as a former stepmother, I would never again overplay my hand. It's hard to care more than the father, so I won't date men with kids. Okay.
Hey, now good. There
Okay.
we go, right there, the Phoenix.
Okay.
That's right. You know what? You won't date a man with kids. But what if the man is just so fine or so you're
Okay.
so interested? Not even fine. Let's not even put they do got to be easy on the eyes. See you.
He
That's
said
what
easy on the
first attract,
eyes.
right? That's what you first attract, right?
Right.
What if you just can't resist it? You can't help yourself.
Right. And then he got kids, but he got everything going on for himself.
And he wants you.
Right. So
What
what
do
you gonna
you do
do?
on that point? That's like she said she wouldn't date a guy with kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you want what if you meet a guy that got 10 kids
He
and you
better be
and
rich.
he's really into you? It just didn't work them 10 times, or it didn't work for them 10 babies, mamas. You know what I'm saying? But it might work for y'all.
Ricky said if he fine and she like him, she will break the rules. All women do.
Okay. Yes, we
Look,
do.
baby, fine ain't gonna do nothing no more.
Yeah,
Baby,
don't pay no bills,
they
huh?
don't pay no bills. Mm-mm. Nope.
I don't know. I just think that I just think that when it comes to the child thing, it's good that they come first.
Yeah.
They come first. Whoever you're dealing with, their kids come first. And so if you're not taking that into consideration on no level, yeah, just don't do it. You could be a person like me that got kids. I prefer to date somebody that don't have any kids, right?
Right. Yeah. So 83%
No
of
drama.
women are
No.
likely to date a man with children. That's what they saying. Especially if
Yeah.
they're responsible, got a job.
Hmm.
I mean, have their children on a routine, and watching this. Oh, it's on from now.
Hmm. Mm. Mm. All right. You got any more statistics up your sleeve?
Let me see. I'm gonna have to look up the phone. I think I think that's it pretty much. There's a
Okay.
lot of his children.
So what's a positive note that you would like to end on with the dating? Like from what you've seen
With
on your perspective.
dating,
Hmm.
with dating, just like I told my daughter and my boys, find a woman with no children. That's what I would do. Y'all start off on both together on a clean slate. You have no kids, she has no kids. Y'all be the first for each other.
Right.
Yeah, you
Okay,
don't have
one
to
more
worry about it.
question. What if a person how long should it be?
And she said it's been tested. I'm standing 10 toes down.
Okay.
Okay, girl, I know that's right.
Okay, good for you. Good for
Okay, yes,
you. You've
honey
been
bun.
strong. That's right.
Girl, this is one of my college graduate friends. So
Okay.
she know what she got. She knows what she got to do.
But what if you what if um what would you like she said that she stood down, right?
Mhm.
What if you have kids, like okay, your son has kids, right? I mean has a daughter. What if someone's coming into his life and he has a younger daughter, he has a baby, or a
Mhm.
younger kid, right?
Mhm.
What is the age limit that you've seen it work for a person?
Under 5,
So don't date
4 or 5 years
anyone under.
old. I
Don't
mean,
don't
do date somebody that's under school age. I think
do
that's
date
yeah. I would date somebody with a child that's no,
under
when I was
5.
married, under 5 years old. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, me, I would prefer the kid to be in at least junior high, like a preteen or
Really?
yeah, because usually, now this is usually from what I've seen from another statistic, is that any man or woman that has a kid that's under 5, they're
Hmm.
more than likely to go back. In
Mm.
my situation,
You know
I
what?
never done that, right?
Maybe no, not in my situation. But you know what? Back in the day when I was dating, you know who
Mm-hmm.
I had, Ray Ray. Um, he had other kids, and I always seemed to get in fights with his baby mamas.
Yeah,
And I didn't know for the life of me why. I'm like, why am I fighting these women? They older than me. Why they want to fight me?
right.
Because he was going back and forth with them.
That's what I'm saying. You proved the point right there. Anytime that the kids is little, the man is always double backing. And I don't understand who made the rule up where the man be like, it's okay to still mess with baby mama, but you got a girlfriend over here. Like, why? I don't. And ladies are accountable for that
Y'all
because
getting
they
it.
do that. You keep going backwards, knowing it's done. You keep going back to satisfy your temporary pleasure. Because
Right.
once you get done, you're mad that you even went back
Back there, right.
because he's not paying attention. He don't want you. You know what I'm saying? He's clearly moved on.
The women make the
The,
rules. Yeah.
yeah,
Basically,
they
yeah.
do. They do.
Yeah.
They have. I
Mhm.
agree,
I
and
agree with
that's
that.
sad. That has to be broken up and thrown
Okay. Real
away.
fast.
It
Done.
needs to be thrown away.
Okay. Because
So
I
let's
will
end
never
on
go back.
what's his name? Usher and
Chris Brown.
yeah.
Oh my God. They duked it out. What? This
I
got
don't
into
I don't
altercation.
I
I don't
don't
think they
know
duked
that
it out.
that story is kind of confusing.
It is confusing.
There's not been a video that surfaced yet of them actually fighting.
No,
Only
they
thing
just
they've been
showing.
showing is that the security
Hmm.
were breaking up something.
Right.
My
Hmm.
thing of what I want to say about it is that there's video footage of Chris Brown in Tiana Taylor's face.
Yes.
He
Talking
went
to
off
her.
on her because she
Didn't
was at his
support him.
birthday party that Usher gave her.
Right.
But she didn't show up. I believe it was the American Music Award for the
Michael
um
Jackson tribute or something like that.
yeah,
Hmm.
Michael Jackson tribute. She didn't show up because she had a prior engagement.
Hmm.
He feels that she dropped the ball. They didn't let him perform. Right?
Right.
So is he blaming her?
Mm. Rick said that Chris Brown's story doesn't make any sense. It really don't make any sense. I mean, why
Yeah.
would you go to a woman and be mad that she didn't show up for something for one of your events? I mean, she's friends with both of them, Usher and Chris Brown. She's good
Yeah.
friends with them.
Yeah.
So she's there at your birthday party. You should be happy. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
you got to pick and choose your battles. You know what I'm saying? We can't make it to every event.
No. Well, what do you think about the husband? He hasn't said anything.
I
But I
don't
was just thinking the husband has to be pissed to see a man up in his wife's face.
Oh, I'm quite sure he probably called him. I'm quite sure he called him in private. He's not gonna put that on shade
'Cause
room.
that's a
Like
big
that.
man.
That's a big man, and
He's
that's gonna be
almost 7 feet.
a good private talk, baby. You already
Right.
know.
Won't do that no more, huh?
Unless what he said, why he would be mad at her for not showing up.
That's true. I don't know why he would be that mad
Unless
at
she
her.
got paid prior and didn't show up. Never know. She didn't give
Never
his
know.
money back then, right?
We don't know why.
We don't know
Something
why.
happened.
It's closed mouths. It's
Yeah,
crickets
exactly.
over there. Oh my God.
Well,
Yeah.
y'all, we held y'all a long time.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate your support. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. And please support our brands. And
Yeah.
it's in the caption below, down below. So hit one of them links by waist trainer or body butter, something.
All right, it's Mother's Day.
Yeah, get a Mother's Day gift for somebody you love.
Yes.